This abstract concept of God has emerged from our basic survival instinct. For instance, when we hear a rustling bush potentially caused by the wind, we tend to attribute it to a sentient, conscious, predatory agent or a possible threat. This preventative assumption is a cautious approach that prioritizes safety and survival. Our tendency to first perceive an intentional agent or predator is a direct expression of this instinct. This same assumption can be seen in the attributed works of gods across various cultures. This universal God of the gaps tendency leads us to attribute any natural events such as storms, lightning, floods, droughts, wildfires, blizzards, earthquakes, avalanches, crop failures, and even occurrences of good or bad luck to God's will, desire, retribution, or wrath. This reflects our hope that these potentially catastrophic and seemingly random events can be controlled or averted through prayer or sacrifice. Moreover, all humans are born helpless and dependent on their parents, from whom we seek protection and sustenance. Consequently, we naturally conceptualize a father figure or a divine goddess/mother figure as an all-powerful creator, protector, and sustainer. Anthropomorphism. Attribution of human motivation, characteristics, or behavior to inanimate objects, animals, deities, or natural phenomena. God is simply an abstract thought, a delusion of the mind, and a projection of man's attributes. We project our own intentionality and personality, example angry, jealous, loving, forgiving, creator, designer, judge, onto this abstract concept of a supreme man, a supreme being. These universal traits demonstrate that humanity is projecting its characteristics onto this abstract idea of God. These culturally universal commonalities confirm that this concept of God bears the fingerprints of a man-made psychological projection. This pattern exists across every culture throughout history. All religions exhibit similarities due to humanity's fear of death and the hope that this life will never end. This leads to every life after death fantasy, whether it be heaven, reincarnation, or the idea of an eternal soul or spirit. This desire to live on after death is a clear expression of our survival instinct mixed with wishful thinking. All religious belief traces, in the end, to dread of the unknown. David Hume. Authorities have seized upon the fears of an all-powerful God to validate and substantiate their own man-made rules, which are imposed on their subjects to maintain social control and stability through the threat of eternal damnation and hellfire. If this abstract concept of a God with all its anthropomorphic attributes such as mind, will, desire, and wants exists, then it exists as a part of all existence. Like all existence, it has no ultimate meaning or purpose. Any self-proclaimed meaning or purpose it might possess is entirely subjective, much like our own, and is thus objectively meaningless. Furthermore, if this God does not exist as part of all existence, then by definition, it does not exist and is, therefore, a non-topic.